Welcome to the Chef's Kitchen. I'm your host, Maria Valletta, and we are at the PBS 39 studio at the Steel Stacks Complex in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. We're in the kitchen today with Chef Joel Perez and his assistant Alexia, who are from the Joli Bakery and Cafe, which is located at the outlets at the Sands Casino and Resort.
Absolutely.
Great, and what are you going to make for us today, Chef?
So, because we are a bakery.
A French bakery.
A French bakery. So I decided to show you how to make the bread at home. It's going to look like a little bit difficult, but it's not.
You promise?
Exactly, it's not at all. And I want to do that because I think doing that bread at home, you know, that's give us, you know, the way to read on what we were doing years ago.
Tradition.
So, exactly, tradition. And what I'm doing is what we call a country bread, which is, you know, the bread we were doing in Europe 55 years ago. And why is a country farm bread is just because the shelf life is very long during the week. Okay. So the family were doing the bread the Sunday, for example, for all the week.
Lasts all week long.
Exactly, the last
Friday,
week long.
Saturday, till you make it again.
Exactly. So
all right, let's make it.
Exactly, let's make it. So we're going to start by what we call the levain. The levain is a natural yeast.
Okay.
So, and to make the natural yeast, what we need flour, and you're going to start the day one day before, because we need the levain, the starter, becoming really just, you know, just like the way it is here.
Okay.
So,
has to sit, has to rise. You have all that. You need time.
But, yes, naturally. So what we're going to use just like flour. We're going to use water, and we're going to use just a pinch of yeast. You can buy the fresh yeast in any stores, or you can use instant yeast. You can any
Good to know.
Exactly.
Instant as well.
Just a pinch, all right? You keep that levain during 24 hours, and then you can start making the bread.
All right.
All right.
So we're going to put this all together?
All together in a mixer for only 10 minutes.
Okay.
Just to warm it up.
Let's get it in there.
Yes. And Alexia, my sous chef, is going to do it.
Okay.
Right now.
So while she's doing that, why don't you tell me about Joli Bakery and Cafe?
Joli Bakery and Cafe, we built that bakery in August last year.
Yeah.
So,
and what's the decor like? Is it very French?
It's very French, and also is the concept. We're doing everything from scratch. Everything. We're receiving the flour, everything. The croissant, the pastry you can see here, everything from scratch. And we always use the levain, which is a natural yeast. We only use that levain.
Levain natural yeast.
Yes, exactly. So, and because we're doing the bread, so we had the idea we can serve some sandwiches too. Some natural sandwiches, just like the bread.
Okay, so some savory items as well as the sweets.
Exactly.
So come
we
for
have
lunch.
And we have a dinner too.
You have dinner too?
I mean, it's not dinner, it's just like sandwiches. But
a little bite.
Exactly.
But yeah, more bistro style maybe?
Bistro style.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay, so everything's in.
Everything's in except the salt, which once it comes into a dough.
At the end, because if you put the salt now, that's going to ruin your proofing.
Okay, so you're looking for a certain consistency there,
yes,
and then you add the
put the salt.
So now you're going to look for what, the ball to form of the dough?
Yeah, you just want your ingredients to incorporate, and then you're going to add your salt, and you're going to let it mix a little bit longer until it kind of hits the sides of the bowl. Okay. And then you'll know it's done. You can go on to your resting period. I'm going to go ahead and add the salt now.
Okay.
Just after the mixing, you're going to keep that dough during 2 hours.
In the fridge?
No fridge. That's ruin your proofing.
Wow.
Not in the fridge. Forget about the fridge.
Hey, look at that. I just learned something.
On the top of your fridge if you want.
Okay. On the top of the fridge.
Yes.
Stay tuned for more from Sands Casino Resort. We're back with more from Sands Casino Resort Bethlehem.
Once it's mixed, you can let it rest in the bowl if you'd like. You can cover it with plastic wrap for people at home. And then you're gonna go in, after the resting period, you're gonna go into your proofing period.
Okay.
So the total time I think we came up with is like 3 hours on
3
this
hours.
site. Yeah, and like you
For
said,
the setting and the proofing.
the proofing, yep, and the resting and everything like that. But that's what your finished dough will look like.
And so because we are on a very short of time here, unfortunately.
Magic.
We have the dough
Is it?
already.
Look how
Yes,
beautiful. Are you
exactly.
gonna take it out?
Yeah.
Let's see this beauty.
All right. And that's the dough you have.
Okay.
After 2 hours.
Wow.
And then for that dough, 2 hours you can feel it. It's not proof yet. You shape it lightly. And again, in a basket like that. If
Okay.
you find that, any stores, you can find a basket like that. You put that in a basket for another 3 hours.
Another 3 hours. So
Yes.
3 and 3. And why is that?
Because that's gonna really a very slow proofing.
Okay.
And the taste of the, you're gonna really taste the bread like it should be.
Well, you gotta
With-
really taste the
Yes,
bread.
exactly. So that's, let's say, 2 hours.
Okay.
If you don't have a basket like this or you don't feel like buying one, there are ways you can do it. You can just line a regular bowl with a towel and then cover it with plastic wrap,
Okay.
which is a little easier for people at home. And then you can also,
That's a great tip.
yep, and on a sheet tray as well, if you don't want to put it in a bowl, you can just either
Like a
oil
cookie
it.
sheet type
Yep,
thing?
just like a normal sheet tray. You can oil it or Pam spray it or any of those cooking sprays.
Butter.
And cover it with plastic wrap. Yep.
Yeah.
What you want to basically just do during that period is make sure it doesn't form a skin. You want it to still be
Yes,
slightly
because
moist.
if it's skin, it's not gonna proof.
Okay.
If you have a skin, that's it. So you have to be very careful about the skin. All
If
right,
you
so-
do create a skin, it's
yeah.
a little less
I
desirable.
might leave the bread baking to you.
Yeah.
So is this what the finished product looks
Yeah,
like?
yes, and I would like to show you what's the product after exactly the same dough. I made it this morning, so you have exactly the same dough.
Wow.
That's exactly what you can have after.
That's amazing. So from
And-
this to this, look at that.
Exactly, because it's proofing and it's proofing in the oven too. And by the way, baking the bread.
Yes.
You can bake the bread at home. The only things for the French bread, you need steam.
Steam. How are you
Steam.
gonna do that?
You can do that at home.
Okay.
Just if you listen to me, you can do anything on the bread. So
Anything French.
Your temperature of the oven 365.
365.
You preheat the oven
Preheat.
365, and then with a spray the inside. That's it, and you have your steam.
Okay, chef. So we have our bread. What else do you love on the menu that you would like to show us how to make
Well,
today?
I would like to show you. We have a recipe for a tartine. We make in the French Riviera tartine with a very fresh ingredient, just like peppers, black, the baby
Spinach, yeah.
yes, and some mustard and a cheese, and we have also meat. Okay, so let's go and show you how we make
Okay,
the
the
tartine.
stove is all
So,
yours.
Alexa.
You tell me what
Lex.
to pass you, and we'll make
Yes.
this tartine.
Okay, so we're gonna brush the tartine with the olive oil and mustard,
Okay.
and meanwhile,
Olive oil?
Yep.
yes.
Okay.
The mustard actually gets put on afterwards, so
Yes.
just the oil for now would do.
Okay.
Exactly.
Well then,
And
good. I
meanwhile,
didn't reach for
I'm
the wrong thing.
Excuse me.
Anytime you want to take over, go ahead.
Okay. You can start.
Okay.
Thank
Meanwhile,
You're
we
welcome.
got just pans here. The pepper, the spinach. The spinach, that's going to be the crusty of the sandwiches, just on the bottom of the sandwiches. We're going to
Okay.
make a bed of spinach. All right?
So is this what you eat for lunch?
Yes.
If I was in France, I'd eat it for lunch, but I think I'll just go to Sands Casino and have it instead.
Yes.
It's a lot closer
Yes.
and just as good, I'm sure.
Well, we tried. We do best.
Well, you're a true, genuine French bakery.
Yes, we are.
Can't go wrong.
Ready for the baby spinach? He has to be really crusty.
So you want
So-
to get him a little brown?
No.
No,
No.
just crispy.
crusty, Yes.
Crispy. Okay.
Brown is burned. It's too late. Okay. We have that. In fact, we have some ready, so, okay? So I think we're gonna use some ready, so it's gonna be much better. So let me,
So you let this really cook
Yes,
down. You
exactly.
put it on a lower
Cool
temperature
down.
and let it.
yes, it needs some time. So what we
Caramelize
cover.
a little
Yes,
bit?
caramelize it a bit of sugar, a bit of salt, and all the Provence herb, and just
Herbs de
perfect, just like
Provence,
the one you
perfect.
have here.
A
Okay?
little sugar too, huh? Is that the secret?
Just always, because
Always.
the pepper is very acid, so is that we always using.
That's a good tip. I didn't know that. I learn something new all the time.
Okay, that's good.
So
all
bread
right.
goes in, same pan.
Yes,
You want to get a nice
exactly.
little grilled note on that?
And meanwhile, I'm gonna cut the meat just right here. While you do it,
How's our spinach doing?
yeah, it's doing well.
Okay.
Got it done.
Stay tuned for more from Sands Casino Resort. We're back with more from Sands Casino Resort. And what is your favorite sweet treat at the Joli Cafe and
The
Bakery at
Café
Sands?
the Eclair, because I'm a basic guy. And
Oh.
the eclair, when the eclair is good, you can eat all the pastries. That is the mark of a good chef and a good store.
If
You
it's a
would-
good
Is
eclair,
a good
everything
eclair.
is good.
Exactly.
I can tell you that your croissants look fabulous.
Do you want to tell them what we use to make the marinade, Joelle?
Yes. Well, I marinate the meat. So the marinate the meat, I've been very classy. Classy, that's mean I use teriyaki, scallion,
Yep.
a
right
little
here.
bit of salt, and pepper. That's the black pepper.
And this is the ribeye.
And that's for 24 hours, yes.
Ribeye, 24 hours.
Ribeye. But you can use any meat you want. I
Okay.
mean, as long as maybe you want to feed the kids with a flank steak or whatever you decide. As long as it's a good meat,
High
tasty,
quality and
high quality
marinated.
and tasty. See, a lot of people, you know, I don't know if they do that, but using the saucepan for toasting the bread is fabulous. It's always crusty, good. If you put some olive oil on, is even better.
I'm surprised we haven't used any butter yet. I thought that was so French.
No, that's the part of France. Part of France using butter is. Well, I'm from the south of France, so we're using olive oil a lot.
So from south, like
From
Marseille,
south,
or like
yes, exactly, the French
Nice
Riviera.
Or the French Riviera. Lovely.
You notice I use exactly the same pan to bake the pepper and the meat.
And the bread.
And the bread too.
It smells so good. It almost looks like you're making fajitas there, but now we're going to turn it into this fabulous
We
French
do
thing.
exactly the same things at Joli Bakery. Exactly the same. We have a grill and we're doing exactly the same. Where's my tartine? Now, the meat first.
Olive oil,
Olive
grilled
oil.
bread,
Yeah,
mustard,
mustard.
spinach,
Yes.
ribeye, or any meat you prefer. That smells
Looks like the faux
heavenly.
filet for us in France. Okay?
And then we're going to put the peppers on top.
Yes. All right.
Looking good, chef. All right, so
And you have
where's
a-
the cheese come in?
A beautiful. The cheese. I like to speak about the cheese 1 minute, but I have to. We don't use any cheese in France, all right? We don't use the cheese on the top. That's typically American.
Okay.
So, of course, we serving with the cheese on the top, but the best way is to eat the way it is.
Well, when I come to Joli Baker and
You
Cafe,
ask
I'm
for
going to
the
order
cheese,
it without
yes.
cheese.
Well, you can.
I want it
mean,
the French
we're
way.
not shocked. I mean, we're not shocked at all.
No,
but
no, no. I want it the way you do it, but
The way we do it,
The way you
that's the
serve
way.
it.
Yes,
Yes.
the way we serve it normally in Europe is no cheese.
yeah.
Unless,
So this is the classic.
yes,
way.
that's the classic tartine Riviera, which is just like baby spinach for the crusty, meat, and a pepper on the top.
Beautiful.
Okay? And American people, a cheese on top.
Okay. Well, I'm ready for dessert.
So we've time to show you how to make the tart. I choose to show you the Normandy tart. Why Normandy? Because first we're using apple, just like Yai Valley, all around. Why Normandy? Because also we're using cream. So I'm going to show you
The typical ingredients that
Yes,
they use. That's
typical
why it's named after the region.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we have apple, of course.
Yes.
So let's start by the dough first. We used sucré dough. The sucré dough, you can have the recipe on the web, but the sucré dough is very easy.
Recipe
so
on the
it's
web,
eggs,
okay.
Eggs, butter, milk, and a little bit of salt.
Eggs,
just
butter,
pinch
milk, a
it.
little bit of salt.
Yeah,
I'm
just
going
a
to start
pinch.
mixing.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, please.
We're going to mix that.
We're going to start with the butter and sugar.
Okay.
And we're going to cream it. It's just a traditional creaming method. And once that gets a little more light and fluffy, we're going to add our egg yolk.
And we know what we're doing.
Exactly. We know that's the recipe. We need to cook the apple, but just, you know,
Quick.
just pan sauté.
Okay.
All right, just pan sauté with some butter, with some sugar, and just sauté the apple to make them brown and crusty.
Great. Did you put a little lemon juice on there?
Yes,
Okay.
always, to avoid, you know, for the apple to be brown,
Brown, yes.
after an hour or so.
Now, did you choose oil or did you choose butter for the pan?
Butter.
Butter.
Oh yes,
Butter
always.
for
But
dessert.
that was, yes, it was oil, that's all.
It's just about together, so for
Yeah.
TV, we can put it together with our hands. You'll want to let it come to a dough, but then you can see that as soon as you get it into your hand, you can work it into any shape you'd like.
Stay tuned for more with Chef Joël Perez. We're back with more from Sands Casino Resort.
We pan-seared the apple, so we almost ready to go. We almost ready to fill the shell because she made the shell during this time, and the shell is in
Probably
the fridge.
helps to make it ahead of time, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. While he pulls that out, I've just mixed here the filling for the tart. It's got eggs, sugar, cinnamon, some heavy cream, and some almonds. And you can just take a bowl and give it a quick whisk. I'm gonna just break it up a little.
All right, so what are we doing? We are filling. Oh, by the way, just a little thing, very quickly. You can use that molder we're using in a professional bakery,
Yes.
but you can use any molder you can find in a store. So it's
I have
sometimes
one
it's
that
even-
has a pretty little design
That's
around
nice.
the outside.
You can use that too. And also, you have an advantage for that. You know, you can put some more cream. More you have cream in the apple, more it's tasty.
Tasty.
Okay, so
Get
you
your
know.
apples in there.
All right.
Apples first?
Yes, apple first.
And with this tart, you don't have to pre-bake the shell. You actually just put the apples in and give it 20 minutes in the oven at 325.
All right. So you pour all the apple in the shells
You're done with this, Chef?
and directly you put the tart in the oven.
Oh, without the...
Preheat.
Without
Not
the
the
cream
cream
to
yet.
begin with.
Okay.
Yes.
Not the cream yet. Not the
Okay.
cream yet. So you put the tart in the cream, without the cream, in the oven, preheat for 320.
320?
325.
320
Yep.
for 20 minutes.
Yes.
And after 20 minutes, you pull out that tart from the oven
Yep.
and you
So it'll look
pour
like this, but
what you,
baked.
what you did. What you
Yes.
did, you put the eggs, the heavy cream, and some cinnamon, if you
Yeah.
are here in the United States.
And the
All
almond.
right, yes.
Here in the United
And
If
the
you are
almonds.
in Normandy, you can put some. No, I don't. I should say that.
What?
They put some Calvados. You know what's a Calvados?
Yeah, I
is?
said the Calvados.
The Calvados.
Of course.
It's apple alcohol.
Yeah,
They do that. All right.
Okay.
So, all right. So you know they pour that.
And then you
they,
pour
yes,
in.
Put in
Perfect.
the oven during another 10 minutes.
Another 10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. Because you need to cook this through because it has egg in it.
It's
You can't
cream.
leave it like that.
It's
Doesn't
just
look
cream.
good.
It's just like a fond.
So then it comes out and it looks like...
Exactly.
All right.
And it comes out with that beautiful tart.
And that is a
I-
traditional Normandy tart with a
Normandy
little
tart. And
cinnamon.
I baked it this morning, so is really fresh.
And have you finished it with the powdered sugar? Is that correct, Chef?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, or walnut. You can put some walnut. You can put some nuts. Usually, Normandy, they put walnuts on.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I am hungry, Chef. You have my
So-
mouth watering. Let's taste some of this delicious French food. Oh, Chef Joël, this looks so perfect. You made the classic version just for me.
Yes.
And I can't wait to try it. So I'm going to dig in, and please join me.
Yes, please.
Alexia, too. Yeah.
She can't have any breakfast, so it's good.
Thank you.
You too, Chef.
Can I eat it?
Oh, my goodness. How could you not? That was fantastic.
Thank you.
The bread makes it, too. The flavor of the peppers
It's good.
has a nice sweetness. The meat is so tender. Love it. Now dessert. I'm so excited. Will you do the honors and
Plate it up?
plate up a piece of the
can I
Normandy
use
tart
it?
for me? Absolutely. All right. Look at the color of that. We'll each have a little bite. I can
You
share,
think so?
too.
Yeah,
I
we can share.
We can share. Let's share. All right. Here we go. Everybody grab a fork.
There you go.
This is going to be fun. All right. I'm digging in right in the
Yes.
first bite.
It's the best one.
Oh, it smells so fantastic.
Is it good?
Fuji apples are so sweet.
But the cream makes the difference. It's very
Now
good.
I want to speak French. Well, I can do that, I'm sure, at the Joli Bakery and Cafe
Oh,
at
yes,
Sands
please.
Casino
Yes,
Resort.
we're doing tart and
I will be
everything
there
you can
soon. I'm
see.
gonna have croissants. I'm gonna have Normandy
I think
tart.
we are proud to say we are on the best croissant.
All right.
Actually, yes.
I'll take
Really.
that home with me.
Yes.
And I will see you soon.
Really? Okay.
Thank you, Chef.
Nice to-
Appreciate it.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
It's a
much.
pleasure.
Pleasure.